market that's black, to the back of the lag, to the chrome with the strap, to the way that it's stacked, never lack, bring it back to reflect on the art, watch the good spark, realizing where it start, on no reputation, representing the cool, the rims and the paint complement the old school, white cups they pour through, another mission begins, regardless the destination.
Hey, what up? What up? It's Black Mozart. It's the Music Spectrum, and I'm here today with the co-host as well, main host and co-host, my dog.
Cornbread Capone up in here.
Already. So as we dive into the vast and colorful world of music, spanning from all genres and styles, whether it's hip-hop, jazz, classical, and your latest indie sounds, we analyze and celebrate and share our perspective on the music that shapes the world and what's going on today, whether it's from the 90s or the stuff we got going on today. But we're going to get into muddy waters, two. All right, two is what I said. What we got to talk about on that one today, big dog?
It's a very great album. It's the last hip-hop album that was released in 2024. Came at the very end of the year, and it was very good. It showed that Redman is a hip-hop staple because he has continued to further his career so far into it. He's been around since the early 90s, and he's still proving that he can put out quality music today.
So for those who don't know that this is Muddy Waters 2, there was also one release. This is the sequel to the 1996 joint. But again, like I said, he has a big discography, especially, Blackout that came out in 99, and you got the joint in Blackout 2 came out in 2009, but you got there's the Dark Side in 94. Doc is the Name 2000. That's the one that came out when we was in high school. Hate to say our age. And then you got Reggie 2010. So he's put out a hip hop classic. So the 96 album, right? Would you consider that on the 5 mic scale a 5 mic album, or would you consider it 4, 3? What you call it?
I would have gave it a 5.
I'm just from a fan standpoint. We don't want to get we ain't gonna get too analytical and down to the nitty gritty, but just from a fan standpoint, you give it a 5.
I give it a 5 based on where he was at that point in time in his career. Him and Eric Sermon were locked in, and he was allowed to do his thing musically, and the results of Muddy Waters, the first one, was very well received critically and as far as his fans are concerned, and it put his name in that conversation of great MCs and that album in the conversation of best albums that came out in the 90s.
Okay. So we're gonna jump into the review real quick. The first one we got is La La La. Of course, Method Man, the duo of Redman and Method Man has been a chemistry above no other artist duo. Besides from of course, Wu-Tang, Bone. But we just talking about a 2-man. Can you name any other 2-man groups that had that type of chemistry that compares to Meth and Red? You know what I mean?
That compares to Meth and Red.
I can't think of one. I'm gonna be on not a 2-man duo.
I can't think of the 2-man. You might have to give me a while to think about that one, but I can't really off the top. I can't think of nobody.
Let's jump right into it. You good? You can hear it?
Let's go. Now everybody welcome me back like I'm Carter. It's 90s ugly. I'm in the mirror like Shabba. America's most blunted. Cheech and Chong say I'm a bounty hunter for the sour. I'm a hit your hood. I'm in pocket how I get around. I'm on my toes like a midget in the urinal. Whoever you connect, boy, better tell them I'm looking for the killer. I'm trying to catch a felon.
Hey, so off of hindsight, you think he has the same flow? Not hindsight. I ain't gonna say off of just hearing his first verse. You think he has the same flow as the 96? Did he bring the pain, or did he differentiate?
On this one, I'll say you can hear a little bit of both. I mean, he still has flow. That's the overall feeling you get from the whole album because he still has the ability to rhyme at a high level. It's comparable to what he did in '96. I'm not sure about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just say that this body of work is good.
I would say, because '96, he was still in his hunger stage. You know what I'm saying? That was that was his third joint actually. So he still had that hunger. You know how it is when you're an underground artist. You have that hunger feeling, and everything that you spit is pretty much to the point where that's your next meal. You know what I'm saying? Versus an artist who been in the game 10, 15 years, they don't have that hungerness about them anymore. You know what I mean? So I still think he got that hungerness back.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Looking for who's selling, Mary cooking my cerebellum. I pin and tell him my art is raw, Machiavelli. By day 7, see what you smelling is me and Helen. You see that 7 or 7 C's, call me Magellan, or call a Reverend. Mac 11 and split your melon. If that don't get him, a honeydew in a split second. America's most put us both in the smoke section, with no sticks and no smoke. No, it's like, yeah, you know I roll
like you were saying the other day. Did you say it was kind of like? No, that was the next track. My bad. But Meth, to me, he ain't changed. You know what I'm saying? He ain't changed. The still same rhyme scheme, the same flow, which is a good thing for the fans because he ain't never switched up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's been shining on every feature that he's got on that I've heard him in the last 2 years.
So maybe maybe you know better than me. Is there an actual talk of another Blackout album in the works or not yet?
I think Redman saying that in the media is a way to try to get the ball rolling with that. I'm not sure if that's already what they're doing, or I wouldn't mind. I think hip hop would rejoice over another Redman and Method Man album personally.
Now I seen on Twitter that there was some talks of Redman trying to do a track with M. He was saying that he would love to do it, another track or first track. I don't know. Do they have any tracks together yet? Or would this be the first one?
They did a song called Off the Wall that was on the Nutty Professor 2 soundtrack.
Okay.
I'm not sure when that soundtrack was. I want to say it was either 2000 or 2001 when they made that.
So I don't want to get too far off the topic, but we can say this for a different show. But L and M, you thought that brought some spikes back to the game, or what you think?
I thought it was interesting because I never heard. LL is a rapper's rapper, despite what people are led to believe about his songs that cater to women. LL is still a rapper's rapper. He still, every album he has a record on there for the girls, but he always has a hard record on there where he's rapping hard because in his heart of hearts, he is a rapper's rapper. He's a lyricist. He's an MC. So him making a record with Eminem wasn't far-fetched or out of his wheelhouse, so to speak, because he's been kind of doing that his whole career. You remember he made records with Biggie. He got records with Buster. He got records with, a lot of people who are considered lyricists.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I thought he was rapping his ass off on it.
Oh, he was. Definitely.
Got it. Yo. Yeah, and then we smoked that. Now everybody say that. I'm like, yeah, you know I roll that. I'm like, this nigga got it. Yo.
Yeah, and then we smoke that.
Big City smack
that. Hey, blunt brothers, you got the herb, the blunt covered. You came to beef with a butter knife that don't cut it. Just cold busted, wild style when I cold crush.
You came to beef with a butter knife that don't cut it. Just those were the days, and that ain't, of course that ain't Meth's best bar, but I'm saying, just the rhyme scheme of the hip hop community and the hip hop genre is where you actually had to think when you actually heard the beats and the rhyme schemes, and it was, you know, they come from the era of where you wanted to be different. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it wasn't so, you know, face value. Like nowadays, a lot of artists, with the exception of a few, are face value. Like they don't make you think. You know what I mean? Like Kendrick, J. Cole, you know, a few other artists, you know, they make you think like, oh, and then couple days later, you're like, oh, that's what he meant by that. Or a couple listens later, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll, you know, that, but Meth is one of my, you know, I'm a Wu-Tang fan, so you know, I rock with everything he do.
Yeah.
The Gilla House got a Gilla monster, cold-blooded. You already, I rub it, Reggie, I don't puff it. We like De Niro and Joe Pesci, but low budget. Bunch of buzz killers, buzz buddies, they asking how you do it. Ain't no Nike to
Hey, yo,
it, I
Matt,
just...
Granddaddy, and I'm listening to Bob Marley. I tear the roof off the porch like it's house party. I got the new edition, that green homie, it's a killer. Rock, Ricky, Mike, Bobby, Ronnie, and Johnny.
I tear the roof off like it's house party. You know, I don't even remember. I remember those movie classics, but I don't remember. I don't remember that reference.
The very beginning of the first house party is they showing up. Clearly, it's a house party, and then the roof blew off.
Oh,
and at the end of the movie, the roof came down on the two police officers that was sweating it.
So I gotta go back and rewatch that stuff, man, because you know my brain be slow sometimes.
Yeah.
They say they got gas, but it's all gas. They talking like a podcast, nigga, all ass. I never share, and I don't pass the clip, cause that shit on his lip got some shit on his lip, nigga. Yeah, you know I roll out. I'm like, this nigga got it, yo.
Yeah, and then we smoke that.
Now everybody say that. I'm like, yeah, you know I roll out. I'm like, this nigga got it, yo.
Yeah, and then we smoke that.
Big city step. Hey, yo, this weed I got, bruh. I swear on my mama, I can see the.
You know, the thing with the production, you know, is it's a breath of fresh air from somebody who coming from a beat maker myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got Rockwater, you got Eric Sermon, you got Redman actually showed his versatility and his, you know, his force to be a beat maker himself. You know what I'm saying? And actually, I ain't followed his beat making, you know, at all, really. So this really surprised me that he had that type of, you know, that bang for your buck when it came to beat making. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you think about the production, man?
The production on Muddy Waters 2 is when I looked into it, looked at the credits, most of it was done by Rockwater.
Yeah.
And most of it, for the most part, is good. I mean, you got Eric Sermon on there, you got the Mike and Keys, the Redman did a few of them. He did like 2 or 3 of himself.
Oh yeah.
You had
do you think it's a better sound? Like I say, like you know how you got the trap beats, you got the, you know, just the beats that people are, you know, you got soul beats now, you know, just the beats in general. Like, do you feel it gave that 96 feel, or did it give a 96 and 2025, 24 feel? You know what I'm saying?
Nothing on this album sounded like 96. It sounded like original.
Yeah.
It wasn't trying to mimic anything. Now, he had a couple of down south southern type beats on there that might be you know, trying to, you know, access fans in other regions, you know, by doing those type of things. But, you know, I think one of them I like, or maybe 2 of them I like. I think it's 3 of them on there. But for the most part, it sounds like a Redman album, you know. And truthfully, I wouldn't want a Redman album with trap or drill beats on it.
Oh no, yeah, I don't think. Yeah, that's kind of more like the only East Coast cat I know. I mean that but what I've heard and listened to that can really wreck a trap or a down south beef to me is Jada. To me, personally,
yeah, I've heard him on down south beats and he ripped.
Yeah, so, you know. But you know, it's not off topic, but you know, it's the crazy to me, Jada. when he featured, he was always the cat that ripped somebody's feature, especially on when he was on Lil Jon back in the day joints or anything down south. He ripped it. But when it came to his album beat choice, it was kind of subpar to me. I don't know. That might just be me though.
That's the only thing about Jadakiss that keeps him from that top 5 conversation. Oh, yeah. Because we know that he has the ability to be one of the best lyricists.
Yeah.
We've seen what he can do on stage live. We've heard what he can do as far as feature wise on somebody else's song.
Yeah.
The missing component is he doesn't have a classic album.
Yeah.
That's the one thing he doesn't have. Now, that's not to say his first 3 albums were not good, because they were.
Yeah.
But they just were classic. A lot of time, because he takes 5 years in between albums.
Yeah. Yeah.
His track list is bloated. If he cut it down to about, 14 and under,
yeah,
you'll have that classic album. And I hope he do it.
So with the Redman joint, right? Do you feel, and I probably should say this to later, do you feel that this is besides your first initial listen, you feel that it's one of these albums that you could let play all the way through with no skips? Because that's what makes 5 mics. If you young and you just now tuning in, 5 mics is the one that you could, a full complete body of work you can let ride from A to B. I mean A to Z.
I can't do that with Muddy Waters too, because it might have been like 2 or 3 songs that I felt like shouldn't have been on there. Most people looking at the track list will notice that it has 32 songs on there, and they'll say, "Dang,
yeah,
I don't have the time to listen to all that." But
yeah,
I listen to it, and for the most part, it's more good than it is records that I don't like on there. But I can't listen way through.
It was, to me, it was, from what I heard, it was a few almost kind of like dance cuts type of beats that I was like, I'm you know what I'm saying, not for me. But not saying it wasn't, he didn't bring the some rec time on there, but it was like, hey, but this next joint we got is Kush with the D-O-double-G. More of, to me, when they get together, it's like a stoner's anthem. Just like when Currency and Wiz get together, it's always like a stoner anthem to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that little vibe. But let's get to it.
I can't hear it.
It's turned up, brother.
I can't hear it.
All right. 1 second. Let's bring it up. Here we go.
Yeah, to the hottest, to the jam, and
good now.
Smoke. Yo, hey yo, Flavor Flav know what time it is. I got chicks on my lap like me in the biz. Redman is back, nigga. Turn the into a marijuana hitter. Yeah, I'm that nigga, the dude that'll smash your wife. Doc Rivers, when I'm done, I'm a clipper. Polo shirt, Levi's, and blue jean. Get your main bitch right out of blue jeans. Nah, I mean, 90s era, we more better. I grab the mic, make it feel like Coachella. To learn my talk, get stoned with Rosetta. I show you how to beat gorilla. 24s on the beat, smoke Cali bombs, so nigga, what's up? I'm doing my numbers, baby, check my check stub. Gunfire around my waist, sound like Questlove on the drum. Them backwoods fucking up my lung. Ha! You think the crew loud until you get with some tourist type niggas and we go all out. I don't speak in no England. What you talking about? It take this what you wanna way down, blat out. Ho, somebody tell me how you feel, push.
Yeah, it's one of them, it's one of them laid back, smoker's anthem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Never been a smoker, but been a drinker. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the same time, it's one of them ones you can sit back after a long day and just chill. I don't think he was going too much for the complex rhyme scheme that he normally have. It was more of one of those, to the smokers. You know what I'm saying? But he did say something about check my check stub. My numbers add up. Check my check stubs. you know, and that's what a lot of people don't see. Or nowadays, you know, as a fan, they see, oh, is he famous? You know, or is he, you know, they don't know that because you not in the limelight as much that you're not getting your change like you should be, you know. So that's one thing we can't say, that I believe that Redman has been getting his change since, you know, since we've known about him being an artist. You know what I mean? So who else we got? Did we hear Snoop Dogg yet?
Nah, we didn't hear Snoop.
All right. So what do you think about it so far, though?
Oh, I think it's jamming, man. It's already on my playlist, you know.
So can I gotta ask the question. We both from Southside Texas. You think we can get this screwed and it still sound the same, or what? Or would you want to keep it like this?
I'll slow it down just to see how it sounds slowed down. If it don't sound good, then I can listen to it regular. I feel that first song we played, if you slow that down, that sound pretty jamming.
Oh yeah, it definitely throwed, that's for sure.
When you pull up on my ride, you smell kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like kush. Oh, somebody tell me, do you feel kush? When you pull up on my ride, you smell kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like kush. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're live in the hood right now, you should be tuned in to the hottest, to the jam. If you ready to smoke.
Look at my ring shine. I got that green light. Superhero kush. My name is on the banner. Don't beat around the bush. I like them pillows fatter. This heartbreak weed, I got that bitter batter. Flatline, I got more flavors than that kind. OG, grow it, sell it, and stack mine. Roll it, inhale it, I'm back flying over you vultures. Smoke for the lights at times, for the culture. Coast.
He said, I grow it, selling, and stack mine. So hey, we know that Snoop Dogg be everywhere, man. So you know we can't negate the fact. But my thing is this, right? Do you like the flow of the DOWG right now, or do you like the 95 flow? We talking about the gin and juice era of you know Snoop, or do you like the pimpish kind of after no limit type of flow?
I like the flow that he had on Missionary.
Oh, yeah.
Flow that he had on Missionary is like, you would look at your radio and be like, why wasn't he rapping like that before? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I didn't know he could rap like that. Like, he was rapping. Now, this one sound like just regular Snoop Dogg, regular tone. You know, what everybody would come to know and respect from him. That's what this is. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you listen to Missionary and hear how he rapping on there, you'll be like, ooh.
But you know what it is? I think it's because, and you know, a good producer or a good beat maker or a good somebody who has a good chemistry with you can bring the best out of you. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I think happened on Missionary, is that Dre brought the best out of Snoop. You know what I'm saying? Because even after I would say when they had the one joint, I forgot the name of the song, where they was in the 6'4", that he was rapping like he was looking for a lunch that day. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing about this. This is more of the more pimp, laid back Snoop, after no limit Snoop that we've known to grow in love, like you say.
Yeah. Coast, I'm on it like a poster. Smoke till I'm bent over. Take a power nap. Now I'm rolling up a whole quarter pound. So much weed in the air that they gotta shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down. Me and Red ping pong into the head. Let me hit it. Niggas begging lights out. Leave them dead. Faded on the floor. I got that green light. Now everybody wanna go. Take off. Wake and bake off. Take the day off and smoke one for my nigga Adolf. Rest well. Niggas on my coattail. I just wanna know bear. Peace prize when the dog arrive. I see you bitches looking, waiting to get it. Ain't nothing wrong with niggas waiting a minute. Give me space and time, cause my place of mine is every time I hit it, I can taste the pine. Shut it down.
Oh, somebody tell me, do you feel kush? When you pull up on my ride, do you smell kush? Every day I live my life, I feel like kush. Every day I live my life, I feel like kush.
All right, that was Kush. Give me your synopsis on that. Give me your outlook on that one, dog.
Like I said, it jam. You know, it's a 420 friendly song, so it definitely makes its way to your 420 playlist if that's what you do, or that's what you indulge in. I like it, man. You're not gonna get me to say nothing bad about it. I mean, it's dope to me.
Yeah, I like the vibe. How they I was more looking at the production of it too. I like the synth driven production of it. You know, it's really it all gels together from the drums to the synths to the bass line. So that's why I'm really I'm really rocking and fucking with that one. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely ain't got nothing bad to say about that one, especially the production. All right, so the next one, the joint, I think we gonna go light it up. That is definitely a star-studded New Jersey track. You know, you got Naughty by Nature, Shaq, Rod Digger. Rod Digger set it off at the beginning. And you got the queen herself, Latifah, over a Sugar Hill Gang remix joint. Heather B on there, and one or two other cats. Lady Luck on there too, right?
Lords of the Underground.
Yeah, Lords of the Underground. So you definitely got a star-studded joint. So let's jump into that.
The year is 2025. In Jersey, we in a fucking building. Go Jersey. Go Jersey. Let's go. Go Jersey. Hey. Go Jersey. Yo. I told my mom when I was 16, I was gonna get rich over 16. I never sold a brick, put the bricks on my back. So believe I let it go to the clip clean. The hustle was the flow, ass skinny black.
Hey, did he say after that first part? He said, I told my mom I would get rich over 16. I never sold a brick, but the bricks on my back. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I see what he's saying. I get it.
My recipe to cook can't theory that. I'm from New Jersey, and when I drop music, your hood feeling like it's the first and the third.
My two shooters come through with two Rugers. Leave them in a stupor while I smoke some dude hookah. In my see-through dress with a fupa. Somewhere in Aruba, spend money like.
Hey, she say in my see-through dress with a fupa. I didn't realize she said that until now. So hey, she is definitely showing her age now, ain't she? But hey, look, she got flow, so I bought none, baby.
Yeah, still got it.
Yeah.
In and out on their ass, think I'm the super. Get in my 80s bag, calling them poop butt. About to wash these bitches, get the loofah. Here and now, give me the reason, bitch, I'm Luther.
Light it up, hey, light it up.
He said, I'm gonna wash these bitches, wear the loofah. So as far as rapping female-wise is concerned, do you think bar for bar, let's throw out all the today 2025 2024 sex idolization out of female rap. Let's just go bar for bar. If you got MC Light, Eve, Queen Latifah, you got let's throw Heather B in there. Give me another artist that held her own as well in the game. Can you name another one?
Latifah.
Yeah. We got MC Light, Yo-Yo. Okay. Lady of Rage.
Yeah. Heather B, Nikki D.
Yeah.
Hurricane G.
Because I'm trying to leave out all the ones that did the sexualization type of rap.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Kind of Bahamadia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The ISIS, Rebel Soul, the MC Trouble, rest in peace.
So do you think that Rod Digger could hold her own out of those? Even today, can you think she can hold her own bar for bar when it comes to lyrics?
Hell yeah, Rod Digger can hold on. She been, dare I say, every remix or every little song that they put on with other people, she always shine.
Yeah.
She always.
I definitely believe so. And that's the thing about it. She had the bars, but didn't have to over sexualize her being, because of course she at the age when she's probably a mother, married. You know what I'm saying? But then you got, and I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but you got the Cardi B's and the other rappers that are married with kids, but they still rapping like that. You know what I'm saying? But
I can't leave out Rhapsody or Doechii because
Yeah,
they are
yeah.
two rappers right now who are not rapping about their bodies, and they can really rap.
Yeah. So Rhapsody is definitely one I've been following for a while. So yeah, I'm glad you threw that one in there.
Proceed with caution, cause you might get pushed. I'll be smoking on your pack like that OG Kush. See me separate, causing people to debate. Never seen so much hating on this Garden State great. True fighter with a few snipers. Ball so hard you think I'm using ghost riders. Told you before, get off my dick, motherfucker. Signing off Uncle Ben Rock, ill count.
All right, so two things, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. He kind of sound like Cardinal Official on that one. A little bit.
So, I kind of knew it was Vin Rock when he started rapping. It's just I had heard him in a while rapping.
Yeah.
So.
And so number two, he said his bars go hard like he got a ghostwriter. And I'm gonna ask this again. We did this off camera. Can you be classified as even? Let me go top 20. You know, let me do top 50. Should I do 50 or 10 or top 5? Let's go up top 5 because of the sales. Say you are classified right now as a top 5 artist of greatest artists of all time because you have sold millions of copies. Should you be taken out of that top 5 if it was found that you're a ghostwriter? Even though you got the most streams, the most views, the top of all time in sales, should you still be taken out of top 5?
You should be, because in rap, you get credit for what you do. You know what I'm saying? What you can create yourself. That's what separates rap from all the other genres of music. See, you can have songwriters in popping and R&B, and that's not a problem. Even rock and roll, in other genres, but in hip hop, you get credit for what you did yourself. And the most classic example I can use is the artists in the game who have ghostwriters, all for the exception of maybe one that is internationally known. None of them have claimed to be the best rapper, the greatest rapper, a GOAT, any of that, because they recognize that they don't write their material. You know what I'm saying? So they don't even really consider themselves rappers. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't be great. You can't be a GOAT with a ghostwriter. There's no such thing.
True.
That shit, copy, kite it, drop that split, pick it up, bite it, hop to the hip hop path, ignite it, M80s, dungeons, gunja, keep a street fleet, call address issues, what's in your ass, set the shoe fit you, this my dogs, I dish you, think of it, you cannot kick it, Jersey Jiu-Jitsu.
Like we was talking about, this feels like more of a cipher type deal, but like we said, I think Naughty, Trench, I think on this one, when it came to his flow, it seemed like he had just woke up, or he was trying something different.
It sounded like he just woke up.
Yeah, because it was like, because that's not the one we used to. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, we're not used to that.
He didn't come weak, but it's not like, because sometimes, he get in and out the pocket, and you like, okay. But this one, he was just kind of smooth sailing, like he was on a dang surfboard. So I'm gonna give him credit because he is an OG in one of the pioneers in the game. So I'm gonna give him some slack on that one. Let me go.
Pull up in the most. Turn one billion.
Here we go.
Big Shack. Pull up in the most. Turn 1 billion in the dose. East West. Title to the coast. On the house. Spiders in the ghost. Keep a player. Continental. Brick City. Monumental. Tiger Blood. They know we winning. In Miami like Tony in the Lennon.
Hey, so the thing with Shaq, he said he turned 1 million to dose. I can't say, man, that's one athlete that actually helps the community. You know what I'm saying? He's not one of them artists, those athletes that keep everything to himself. Somebody I seen on Twitter said he's the walking Black Friday because he gives everybody that joyous feeling, but he also gives back. But as far as rapping, you can't underestimate Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Because of Fu Sneaking era. Then you say he had one with Roll. I heard the one with Roll, but I didn't analyze that one. You know what I'm saying? But as far as did he go hard on that one as well?
Hell yeah. It was a remake of Can't Stop the Rain.
Okay,
which is another classic song that he made. He did the original version of that with Biggie.
Yeah. He was on one with Biggie too as well. Yeah. So he's been rapping a while. Now, can we name other artists that went hard in the paint or got thrown on their album athlete wise? Because I think AI he tried to rap a while back too, right?
He had a hardcore song, but it was banned because of some of the language that he was using in it.
Oh yeah.
And I want to say he had that song also had Jadakiss on it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I think it was called Grooves. And then there was Dame Lillard recently put music not too long ago that was very, very good.
Yeah.
And
so what do you think about hip hop artists or either athletes trying to switch over? I know nowadays it's not as far-fetched anymore, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, you remember back in the day in the 90s, early 2000s, where they were trying to switch and people had arguments like, hey, stay over there, you coming to this lane, or they trying to switch. What do you think about NBA artists or, just artists and not artists, athletes in general, switching over? Can they switch over and become a top 10 or a top 20 artist? You think that's possible?
It's possible, but it's difficult to do. I believe the most successful one has been Shaq.
Yeah.
Out of all of them, in terms of sales and charts and all that stuff is concerned. But I mean, if you have a passion for it, who's to say that you can't play basketball and rap if that's what you're passionate about?
Yeah. Well.
Standing on my 10 and it's 40 below Thames. Better keep the shit a brick so you know I'm not one of them. Jersey starting 5 like Dodgers did in the 5. I let you breathe in the 4th and the 5th, bitch. Goodbye. I'm from 89 when niggas ask you your size and bitches still your ride and you hear why you high. Yeah.
She from 89. Let me bring that back. Hold on.
I'm from 89 when niggas ask you your size and bitches still your ride and you hear why you high. Yeah.
89 boy. They ask you your size. Now we already know why people are asking you your size.
Right.
They not asking you to buy you a present. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So true story, man. True story. I don't think I ever told you this one, man. So I think this was like 99, 2000. I had just came back from basic training and stuff like that, right? I don't know if you remember a dude named Mac. We used to call him Mac. He went to Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? I forgot his real name. I ain't gonna mention the real name. And thinking about when somebody say they ask you your size, I was rolling around in my Cutlass down, of course, in the Pear Orchard. I was over there off of I can't remember exactly. I was over there by I'll remember it later. But I stopped at the light. He was going the other way. I mean, the stop sign, he was going the other way, and I had a Duke hat on, right? And he was like, hey, hey, dog, hey, man, that's a tight ass hat, man. Hey, look, hey, let me check it out real quick. And so in my mind, I'm like, all right, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, cause what was about to go down. Like, I let him see the hat. He was just gonna roll off. You know what I'm saying? So the reason I say that is like, sometimes you got to watch yourself. When somebody asks you your shoe size and you go out there and bragging about your type of your shoe, you probably ain't gonna have them shoes too much longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So I laugh at it now because it's like, man, the shit people used to do in the Orchard, man, was crazy, especially on the north side. I ain't really visited the north too much, but I stayed on the P side.
Yeah.
Right.
Get your shovel, bitch. I'm on another level, bitch. And if you see me moving through the air, it'll slip. Light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, hey, light it up, 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 orange tip, haha, Zaza. Find me in the bricks by my side, it's Allah. One wave of the wine, it's magic, voila. Screams in my hood, sometimes sound like an opera. All flames, no agua. Do it all 10 toes down, check the posture of a monster that's behind you. I live where I'm from, no playing any pasta.
fresh off the plane from abroad. Almost forgot my name, they kept calling me Lord. Lord, they brought the sinners to the hall. The legacy is secure, there's plaques on the wall, and there's cash in the ball, and your auntie's in the passenger seat of a car. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm about to hit dark, tell them meet me down the hill with that certified solar. Got 35 mil. We about to light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, hey, light it up, light it up, light it up, light it up.
It's giving cypher vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's giving that if you come into the cypher, you got to have some bars. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. So do you being an artist and being, like I was saying, I met you in, well, shoot, man, we was kids, what, 6th grade, I think it was. I'm Mother Mercy over there on Sarah Street, Texas. You know what I'm saying? When I first heard you freestyle right before we went inside. But growing up as an MC, did you ever have to, because I don't know, Beaumont, I don't remember Beaumont ever having ciphers like that, but did you ever catch yourself in a cipher where you had to bring the, where you had to wreck it? Because, Texas, we know for freestyling, screw tapes, that whole genre of music. So did you ever have to catch yourself in a cipher at one point?
It was probably after I moved to Houston, because you got to remember at one point out here, you could count rappers on one hand who were actually living in Beaumont. And then I want to say after the 2000s is when the explosion came, when there was just artists from everywhere. And then at that point, you had the level of competition. You could pull up somewhere and see some boys in a circle freestyling, or having a karaoke machine playing instrumentals, rapping over them. Passing the mic.
So, so my thing, we ain't gonna get in too deep into that. We're gonna keep going because that's one, the Beaumont scene. We're gonna leave that for another day.
Yeah.
When Lucky be spitting you hot, I'm with the Bible is predicted for the ending way I burn hoes. Old school, new school, need a third though. Hot forever like a thermal cup. Yo, doc. What up? Ambulances and fire trucks. Medics gon' pick them up if they ever wanna test luck. Ghost the lady I trust, anxiety building up. Get a rush if I gotta.
You know how Queen do. No words might mean you. No time for the seagulls. We egos. On point like Shapiro. Started with the air hose. Stupid is stupid does. Weirdo. Shout with it, bully with the ammo. Move your body, not no more. Damn, let me calm down. What a dance floor.
Stupid is and stupid does, weirdo. So, so it's a lot of weirdos in the game right now. Thinking that they actually rhyming, but they ain't. But then here's my thing: Queen Latifah, right? Queen Latifah was the UNITY. She brought in a whole different movement, woman empowerment movement herself alone. To me. You know what I'm saying? So that's one woman you could look at. She's done movies. She's done sitcoms, one of the best sitcoms we had in the 90s, Living Single. And then, to come back in 2024 and still have bars like that is I would say, is remarkable. You know what I'm saying? They say you age like fine wine. If you got a craft and you're really good at it, you ain't going to fall off as long as you continue to practice it. So here's my question. Did she bring Naughty by Nature in the game, or was it the vice versa? Like, did she bring Trench in the game, or was that not even a thing?
She did bring Trench in the game.
Okay.
When she started her flavor unit. Flavor unit with her and a guy named Shaquem.
Yeah.
And they sang Naughty by Nature. Naughty by Nature put on a group called Rotten Rascals, and they found this R&B girl group called Janae.
Yeah.
They remember Mr. DJ, yeah, that was them. And then later on, KG from Naughty by Nature had a hand in the Neo Soul, because one of his first artists was Jaheim.
Okay, yeah.
And
so that's my question. I always wondered is, when did you fall, like real quick before we keep going, when did you actually fall in love with hip hop? Because I think you, over me, I think you're a lot more qualified to speak on a lot of history in hip hop, because you like a walking hip hop encyclopedia, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. because you know a lot of things. Like, when did you actually fall in love with the hip hop scene? You know what I'm saying? Was it early, 85, 87, because we was what, 7, 8 years old in there?
It had to be before that, because I was already before we had met, before I had even went to school.
Yeah.
I was already breakdancing as my cousin had took me to the movies to see breaking, and I had a breakdance battle with a kid in the movie theater. And breaking had to come out when I was like 4.
Yeah, it
because
was like
came out
84, 83, 84.
Yeah, so I had to be like 4 years old. Then
Yeah.
you got the record player in my grandmother's room, but they didn't have any rap albums. My cousins would come over and let me listen to their Walkman. They had rap tapes.
Yeah.
So I'm hearing it, and I'm starting to, and then past 85, once the introduction of Yo MTV Raps came, once Rap came, and then now you starting to American Bandstand and starting to show rappers. You starting to see rap be a little bit more visible in terms of on television. Run DMC had exploded. So yeah, about that time frame.
It came out in December 27, 1984. So around 85 is when I, kind of first seen it. I didn't really start breakdancing, but I kind of liked Turbo, and Turbo was my guy, man. That Joker. Ozone was cool too, man. But hey, what's the name had the did you ever get the Carlton breakdance board? Remember the commercials where they had the Carlton breakdance board and he had the moves and where he's popping and locking on the VHS tape?
You know what? I don't remember if we had a cardboard or not, because I didn't stay a breakdancer.
Yeah.
I thought that was my start, but I didn't stay there. After that, I kind of, the turntables turned me on, and I was intrigued with that. And then when I seen rappers like perform live, I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
And that was the point I fell in love. After Straight Outta Compton, that album came out, I was a goner after that.
Okay. Yeah. So my thing is how did you keep up with the history of hip hop? I know you love hip hop, but I'm a hip hop fan, but I would say I was more of a one group or a two group guy. Like Wu-Tang was my people, you know what I'm saying? My group I gravitated to. Mobb Deep. I loved Alchemist, his production. So what I mean by is, what made you look at every single thing? You know what I'm saying? As far as hip hop as a whole, because a lot of stuff when it comes to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? Even groups that I'm like, when that group come out, I don't remember that group. You know what I mean? So what made you just have this love to follow everything in the hip hop culture?
Well, back then, there wasn't, if you like, it wasn't a lot of, in the beginning, it wasn't a lot of rap for you to be picking and choosing who you like and who you did. It was just like, if you like rap, you like rap. And then it started from there. But then as the years went on, it started to grow and expand. Now it's way more rappers than before. Now it's way more albums than before. And to be honest with you, in the beginning, I couldn't afford everybody's album. You know what I'm saying? But so some of the rap albums I was able to buy, some of them I got dubs. And then I was fortunate enough to buy the Right On, the Word Ups, the Source magazine, the Vibe magazine. So all of that. And then as rap is starting to grow, it's becoming more visible as far as television. So now rappers are at the award shows. Then eventually we had our own award show. You know what I'm saying? And it started to snowball. And then once it gets to that point, it's like, now you keep up with Yo MTV Raps. You want to see who's on Rap City, the Basement. You want to see who's Freestyle Friday. You want to see who's on the cover of Double XL magazine, or any of these outlets or platforms, to keep you in the loop, to keep you in the know. And then I started when I moved to Houston, I used to, be the bootleg man. So I had all the music, sometimes, a lot of times, before the music even hit the streets. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of albums that I heard prior to them dropping. And some of them I heard, I was like, ooh, I know this is going to sell. And some of them did sell mega millions. But I kept up with it through that. And
okay. Yeah.
You know.
So before we keep going on to the last joint, make sure if you are still with us and you still rocking with us, make sure you hit the like button, hit the bell for notifications, and also subscribe if you ain't subscribed. And in the details and comment below what you thought about the Redman 2 album. If you actually was born in the 80s, let us know if you liked the first one or did the second one top the first Muddy Waters. So we're gonna get into this next joint. It's called Goofy with Keith Turner. Sharp track, fresh dynamic to the album. That's all I'm gonna say. We're gonna get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome y'all to the Muddy Waters 2, the album. Thank you, thank you. We want to dedicate this song to all them goofy ass men and women out there with no fucking morals. They fucking the game up. By a round of applause, how many people know what I'm talking about out there? Yes, sir. Hey, all of my circle is hood educated. Loyalty over money is how you elevate it. Get your boys build an empire and delegate it. They don't want to give it to you, then you take it. Yo, 24/7s I work, I take a little rest. You going hard in the paint, I go to full press. Make the count a little low, my hustle doubled up. 45 around the waist, I need a tummy tuck. And that's when niggas think I'm playing with their goofy ass. Niggas saying suck my dick, they don't get a pass. I got kids, bro, and I'm their role model. And they'll plead with you, please don't bring a nigga out of.
So, from off the rip, the song "Goofy," what you think it pertains to, man? Because we've had a couple inserts, especially at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? With some cornball suspect type of references. You know what I'm saying? You think that he going at the game as a whole, the record industry of what people do to get fame? You know, that type of thing. What you think he referencing?
I think he referencing a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense today. I mean, obviously he's from an era where, you know, certain activities wouldn't have flew back then. I say it all the time, you know. I miss the 90s because I miss what the 90s represented. You know, it was a time when men were men.
Yeah.
And you knew that men were men when you looked at them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Today, when you walk outside, you might be a little confused about your situation if you look around. And I think that's what the record is talking about.
Yeah, I can very much, as you know, us being born in the 80s, it was a lot of things that just wouldn't fly when it came to being a man. And you know, the gentlemen who raised us stood 10 toes as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, definitely, you know, Joseph Sennet, my pops wasn't playing that. You know, your grandpops wasn't playing that either. And we both know that because we grew up in the same neighborhood, went to the same church up the street, Sayre Street, Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely agree with, you know, just being a man and standing 10 toes down, especially if you have kids and, you know, you grown up. Some of that stuff is suspect. And it's like, hey, get from around me with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
UPS is hiring, nigga, go get a job. Waiting in line to get your hands sanitized. I'm a boss, nigga, all about my bag. If my money run out, I'll be glad to wear a mask, bro. They gave us 600 on the stimulus. Goofy niggas go buy Jordans and think they nigga rich. And I ain't taking the vaccine.
Said goofies go buy a pair of Jordans. You know, and you didn't spend your money right. It just basically telling you get your grown up, man. Like you grown, you 30, 40 years old, and you still talking about J's and Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Your morals and your morals is not morals, but your priorities is jacked up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's if you 30 and 40 plus and you can afford to wear Jordans, that's fine. But now, if you're using any material item within the realm of a conversation, and it usually being used by our people as a bragging point.
Yeah.
You know, as a point of to say, oh, I'm wearing this. What are you wearing? As a way of trying to disrespect the next person by saying what you have in your possessions, and that part of the game is goofy.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah,
My track record, money, power, respect. That's a real pyramid. Oh,
They some goofy motherfuckers.
niggas act, but when it's on, they don't want it.
They some goofy motherfuckers.
You can laugh, but
so speaking of goofies, and I'm not starting nothing, but what I'm just saying is that I seen a couple things. I know you said a while back. I don't know how far back this was. You had somebody trying to start beef with you, right? But
Right.
you said you wasn't going to acknowledge that, and which made sense.
Right.
But the thing is, I want to look at it from a standpoint of why is such and such trying to start beef. My thing is, if you ever notice that when people are successful, they don't down other people. It's
Right.
the people that's at the bottom who want to reach up and be like, hey man, you only got 4 views. You only got 8 views. That means you're not handling your business because you took the time to look at how many views I have. You know what I'm saying? Or you took
Right.
the time to look at, well, his video is trash. Well, if you were working hard enough, like I used to tell, you know, I don't want to make too far into this reference. When I used to tell my soldiers, if you tell me, well, such and such only did 10, well, how do you know that if you were doing push-ups? How did you have time to count that man push-ups if you were doing push-ups? I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do I know, you know, how many views Bread have if I'm just focused on my thing? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I don't
Well,
want to get too. Go ahead.
it's not difficult to put it together. I mean, basically, what you're saying, what I was dealing with was a situation where somebody who was on the bottom was trying to put me down to where they were. And I was smart enough to realize before I fell into it, you know, because it's easy for you to fall into it. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to play into that type of energy, especially when you know things. I'm not going to allude to what I know. But I'm going to just say when you know things, it's easier to fall into that. But I chose the alternate route because in the end of the day, this one individual who might not be doing the best in life will not be the reason why I kamikaze everything that I have going on on the account of one person. You know what I'm saying? One person. We're not talking about a group. We're not talking about a gang of people. We're talking about one person.
Yeah.
And this one person only owns a telephone. So and at that point I say, you know what? You need to beef with life because there's no reason why you're in your mid 40s and you don't have a car and a home in your name.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. And then you try to make problems with other people. Your problem should be with your finances, your living situation, and your ability to be mobile and move around in your own vehicle before you start a problem with anyone.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know a lot of people go through things in life, but me personally, if I wanted to start beef with Bread, I would make sure I'm in a position where I could at least have a say so in certain things. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm like, look, man, your car trash, man. You know, I got the 2020. I mean, but that's a whole different spectrum. I mean, I got the 2025 such and such. At least I know if I'm talking about if Bread don't have a car, but I have one, I on the spectrum, I can talk, you know, I have a valid point on certain things when it comes to that. You know what I'm saying? But if I have nothing at all, I have nothing to talk about but be focused on myself. But we don't get too deep into that one because I definitely don't want to bring that up. But my question is this: as a solo artist, would you travel with established artists? Is what I want to ask.
Travel touring?
Yeah, touring. Like, would you do that at the point you are at now? Like, if you know a famous artist say, "Hey, man, you know I've been rocking with you. Hey, come on tour with me." Would you handle the business wise? Would you say, hey, look, I can do this, but I need to be compensated. I need a contract. Or would you just up and roll?
I think the fair thing to do would be, handle business, because if I'm going to be away from my home and traveling, I would like to think that I would be compensated for that somehow, some way, and be able to keep myself afloat. And I'm sure it wouldn't take much because it's just me. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would establish the business, and I would take the opportunity because I'm going to learn. I've never been in that position before, and I feel like that would be an opportunity for me to learn some things.
Yep.
You know?
But
Put them being for real, motherfucker.
They some goofy motherfuckers.
You can laugh, but them being for real, motherfucker.
My women hood educated, we hustle, we motivated. Every move that we're making is perfectly calculated. So if it ain't adding up, then it's getting eradicated. Like saying to sacrifice integrity so you make it. What they say subtracted, I did the math and I'm ready. There's a million ways to the bag as if I own hefty. And after all, what they tell you is trash. I think it's time for disposal. You ain't really got a pocket for cash. You got the drive and ambition and go grab it. Just stay out of the lane that has hell of a lot of traffic. And never doubt another route because it ain't fast. It just may be the road that'll keep you all safe from a crash. Who really wants to flash? I ain't playing with that goofy ass. I keep it pushing, my foot is steadily on the gas. Now I'm a queen, baby, all about my bag. But how they tell you to get it nowadays is a red flag. Facts, it's time to vibrate higher. Expired the notion if you ain't hoeing that you can't be desired. It's more to aspire.
She said, if you inspiring the notion that if you ain't hoeing, you can't be, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we live in a world nowadays where, and it's sad that we got to go that route. Let me hear it again. Here you go.
The notion if you ain't, it's a red flag. Facts, it's time to vibrate higher. Expired the notion if you ain't hoeing that you can't be desired. It's more to aspire way beyond this.
That if you ain't hoeing, you can't be desired. She's speaking a mouthful right there.
Compromising your morals for likes is insanity.
And that's another thing, compromising your morals for likes nowadays. Is it worth it? Is it worth it? So
I don't think it is. I mean, a lot of people are feeling the effects of social media right now as we speak, whether it be OnlyFans or Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, any of these. I say it to myself, a lot of men have put that in front of their conversations when they first meet a woman. They ask them, how many hours are you on social media? You know what I'm saying? And that's standard now because it's so many women on it, but you got to ask yourself, what are you doing? If you're on there making money, that's one thing.
Yeah.
No, I haven't heard anybody who say they on social media being educated or learning something. You know what I'm saying? So that's two things that I've never heard that. I've never heard nobody use social media for research purposes or, trying to learn something or be knowledgeable, because there's not really nothing knowledgeable that's on social media.
Yeah. I mean, the grifters, you got the grifters who trying to sell you something, sell you a dream, or the ones who have the lustful taste. You know what I'm saying? So, but again, this is Muddy Waters 2. To me, it was more than just a sequel. It's a celebration of Redman's, longevity, I would say, to his fans, especially. To me, I wouldn't say it's groundbreaking as the original, but it showed and proved that Redman hasn't lost his touch whatsoever. And my boy Bread has gave it a 4 mic?
I gave it 4 mics.
Gave it 4. I would give it a solid 4.5. Me being not because of the lyrics, because I was listening to a lot of the production, and I definitely was digging a lot of production, even on some of them not so hip hoppy, verses. But again, you got anything you want to get an audience before we roll out? That was the Muddy Waters 2 review.
I just want to say, if anybody haven't heard Redman, go stream that. And Forever Underground, you know what I'm saying? Go stream that too. You know what I'm saying? The video will be out shortly. You know what I'm saying?
All right then. Hey, so tune in next week as we explore another iconic artist, new release. Until then, keep your ears open. All gas, no breaks. And this is just more than music reviews. This is Music Spectrum, where we dive into everything jazz, hip hop, all genres of music. All right. If it catches our ear, we will do a review intermixed with a little life. We got about 80 years of living, so we can give y'all some jewels to success. All right. Let's go ahead and take us out, Fred.
Regardless the destination, all leads to the ends. The debt getting respect by the way the speaker shakes. If she look, I take. It's more money to make. Sell out, then I shake. Gotta give him his card. So smooth when he move, but what he playing is hard. I don't bump mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit sugar-coated and watered down. I don't bump mainstream, I knock underground. All that other shit sugar-coated.